How would you like to be able to describe a process in words and have it analyzed and diagrammed for you automatically? What would it be worth to you to have your logical errors quickly identified so that you could correct them before they propagated? It's rare to get anything right on the first try, but attempting to clarify our thinking is fraught with obstacles. Most people have difficulty writing a first draft. Many people don't like to type. Graphical input tools are often domain-specific and require lots of startup training. And iterating to achieve correctness can be tedious and time-consuming. Where's the sweet spot in all of this? Valiant Hero lets you get started by just speaking plain English. Let's dictate a simple process description to illustrate how it works. The architect sends the plans to the contractor, who carefully reviews them, period. If the contractor finds errors, he returns the plans to the architect, period. The architect fixes the errors, period. See how easy that was? The text appeared on the screen as we talked. Now let's look at the diagram that Valiant Hero constructs from that text. A few words on the diagram. In these representations, every agent, a person or a system, gets a column. So here we see a column for the architect and a column for the contractor. Time runs from the top to the bottom. So this is the beginning of the process, and this is the end of the process. The green rectangles represent actions that the various agents perform, and the red ovals represent objects that get passed back and forth between the agents. These wavy lines represent the flow. It's all very intuitive. The third symbol is this yellow diamond, which represents a decision. And we can see immediately that we have a problem, even though the process seemed fine when we dictated it. Every decision has two outcomes, depending on whether the condition we specify is true or false. Here there is a branch emanating from the true part of the diamond, indicating what the contractor should do if he finds errors. But there's no branch coming out of the false part of the diamond, what the contractor should do if he does not find errors. So the process specification is incomplete, and that's a logical error. Someone following this process description would not know what to do when the contractor did not find errors. How did Valiant Hero construct this diagram? First, it took the text and broke it down into its logical elements and figured out the relationships among those elements. Let's look a bit at how that is represented. We have a lot of information here. For example, Valiant Hero identified two agents, the architect and the contractor. In 3 sentences, it identified 7 events. And there is only one track through the system. Although, you'd expect with a decision point, we should have 2. And indeed, if we look at the error summary, we find the indication missing false path event 3 finds errors. So Valiant Hero has pinpointed the missing branch on the decision diamond. It was easy for it to do, but this kind of error is extremely common in narratives that are checked manually. Let's fix the problem by adding the missing false branch. Otherwise, the builder starts construction, period. Now let's see what happens to the diagram as a result of this first correction. Well, we notice that we have a third agent, the builder, and the decision diamond problem has been solved. We now have two branches. But we notice something else. We've been a little sloppy here. Notice that early in the narrative, a plans object, this red oval, got passed back and forth between the architect and the contractor. Now the builder starts construction, but without any specific signal from the contractor and without a set of current plans. That can't be right. We need to be more specific. Although our diagram is not cosmetically perfect yet, we can still see all the features we need to, and the document tree view always shows the internal representation for our consideration. Now, in order to correct this, I'm going to just type this time to show you that although you can use speech input, you don't have to. This will be our second correction. Otherwise, plans to the builder, comma, who starts construction. Now let's see what happens when we process that text. Okay, here we go. That's a lot better. Notice now that when the contractor does not find errors, he forwards the plans to the builder, and the builder starts construction. That's a much, much better process. We've gone through initial input and 2 correction cycles in about 5 minutes, and converged on a process that is both complete and consistent. The final text and diagram are ready to be inserted into our documentation, whether it's online or in hard copy. The process has been painless because seeing the diagrams regenerated at every stage is both informative and fun. Man and machine are working together. Valiant Hero scales beautifully using the power of distributed cloud processing. Narratives with many sentences are parallelized so that the response time is about the same as those with only 2 or 3 sentences, what you have seen here. We've been working in a web browser, Internet Explorer, under Windows. But because Valiant Hero is a web application, we can run under any operating environment that hosts web browsing and any web browser. For example, here's our resulting diagram produced the very same way on an iPad running iOS and using Safari. Because the Apple OS supports speech recognition just like Windows, the demonstration could have been equally well done on an Apple platform. We could also have done the demo on an Android device. Android 2 has excellent speech recognition, and here's what it looks like on an HTC Thunderbolt smartphone using the stock browser. Speech recognition becomes important if you're working on a tablet or on a smartphone, where lots of typing is inconvenient. More and more people are using these devices in the place of traditional computers every day. Platform independence is very cool and very powerful. It means you can say it, see it, and share it everywhere, on any device, at any time. Whether you use Valiant Hero by yourself or in meetings, either live or over the web, you can achieve rapid convergence on the process you want to specify. And in so doing, you will automatically produce high-quality documentation consisting of logically checked text and automatically generated diagrams. As a result, you will have more accurate and clearer documents and fewer execution errors due to misunderstood documentation. anywhere, on any device, anytime, individually or with others. Power and portability unmatched in the industry. Go from your words to a diagram with the push of a button. Thank you.